Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Fred Favors, the Sports King, and welcome to Street Talk with the LA Lakers. All right, today I want to talk about something that actually Charles Barkley from inside the NBA was speaking about the other night on his program after the postgame show. And Charles said something. I know his feud with J.J. Redick is is still going on, for that matter, and I wouldn't want to get into a big back and forth with Charles Barkley. He's got a platform that's pretty big. But nevertheless, he said the NBA game may not be as attractive of a game as it once was. Now, I don't know about that because I still love my Lakers and I watch occasional games if they have some interest for me. But he said it has less interest. Now, Kobe Bryant spoke about something. And this is what I think the real reason that the NBA doesn't have quite the cachet that it once had, because of what Kobe is going to speak about. You see, the fundamentals of the game, if you take the fundamentals out of the game, you don't have the game anymore. He's got a bunch of athletes with a lot of athleticism. So you take the fundamentals of the game. What did Michael Jordan say about fundamentals? He said, you give me 4 players that understand the fundamentals of the game and will work like hell for me, and we will win championships. And he won championships for sure. So again, Kobe spoke on that, and when I heard this, I had to play it 2 or 3 times because as an ex-junior NBA basketball coach, high school basketball coach, youth basketball coach, we focus on the fundamentals of the game. We implant that as part of the process. You take that out of the process, you don't have basketball anymore. And maybe that's what Kobe is talking about. Run the tape.
You've been pretty critical of the AAU system and the way American players are brought up.
Not pretty critical. I'm extremely critical. I hate it. Because it doesn't teach our players how to play the right way. How to think the game, how to play in combinations of threes. I think everything is it's a reward system. I think coaches who are teaching the game are being rewarded in one fashion or another. And it's just a showcase.
Do you feel like
it's absolutely horrible for the game.
The young guys that are coming up, do you feel like the game is kind of stiff, whereas when your guys were more skilled?
Yeah, but I think that was just by luck. The generation that I grew up in. You know what I mean? Because like my generation is when the AAU basketball really started becoming shit. You know, and I got lucky because I grew up in Europe.
Right.
And, everything there was still fundamental. So I learned all the basics.
All right, you heard the great Kobe Bryant, number 24, number 8 in your program. One of the greatest of all times. In fact, my favorite player, it's really a toss-up between him and LeBron James. They're very, I'm from Marion, Ohio. LeBron is from Akron. I've been to Akron many times, played ball in Akron. So LeBron is, him and Kobe are right there for me. But Kobe Bryant spoke that, hey, the fundamentals of the game are not there. They don't teach that in AAU basketball. I mean, they don't teach it. They don't have enough time to teach it. They play 3 times a week. They practice 1 time every 2 weeks. I mean, come on. Where do you have time to practice the fundamentals? You need to ingrain those fundamentals in their head. I coached basketball, and I had players coming to me playing high school ball, junior NBA ball. Didn't know how to set a screen, not a decent one. They were never taught that. They didn't jump rope. These guys didn't know how to jump rope. That's what, boxers do it all the time, work on their footwork. So Kobe said he trained in Italy. That's where he trained. That's where he learned the fundamentals of the game. And that's why one of the reasons, or probably primary reason, he was so great. But he spoke about that. You're not seeing the same basketball being played. Because if you take the fundamentals out of the game, you take a major, let's say you cook a cake. You take one of the major ingredients out of the cake and you don't have a cake anymore. You take the fundamentals out of the game of basketball, you don't have a game of basketball. That's what Kobe was saying. And I agree with you, Kobe. So, the game is a worldwide game right now. Players are coming from different parts of the world understanding how to play this game. Look at the Joker. Some of the other ones that have come into the NBA. So I just wanted to get that note out. Maybe one of the reasons that the fans may not be as interested in the NBA anymore as interested as they were, because maybe they got a lot of things to do out there. There's a lot going on. But maybe there's overkill going on with so many basketball games going on all the time. And more importantly, what Kobe was saying, the fundamentals are not in the game. They're not teaching it. And a lot of these players are coming from the AAU game and they're not learning it there, so they learn what they did there and take it to the NBA, which is not the fundamentals. And that has changed the game, and that's not the game that you know and love. All right, let's talk about, somebody asked me the other day, Fred, what is your top 10 players of all times? Who is your top 10? I had to think about that. So when you have a top 10, I always hear this back and forth about Michael Jordan and LeBron, who's the best. You know, who in the hell knows? It's kind of crazy trying to figure that out. But I've come up with my top 10. You know, if everybody's got their top 10, I got mine. Sports King top 10, let me name them to you. See if they jive with you. Bill Russell, number 1. Because you all say championships when it comes to Michael Jordan and LeBron. Michael's got this many championships. LeBron only's got this many championships. It's still LeBron. So if you count championships, I got to go Bill Russell. He's got 11. 2 as a coach. So Bill Russell's number 1. I can't believe Bill Russell only made the all-defensive team 3 times. I grew up watching Bill Russell. Trust me, there's no defensive player I've ever seen as talented as him, ever. So Bill Russell, number 1. Michael Jordan would have to be number 2. And Jordan never lost in the finals. I understand that. But when Jordan was 40 years old, and this is the thing that I had to really think about. With LeBron. LeBron is 40 years old, and the Lakers are relevant. I mean, and he is relevant. Washington Wizards in Michael Jordan's last couple of years were not relevant. In fact, Abe Pollin, the owner of the Washington Wizards, fired Michael Jordan. You think the Lakers would fire LeBron James? Are you kidding me? Michael Jordan was fired. He was not relevant. I mean, he scored, he could score 20 points a game. I mean, Michael Jordan had it like that. But he was not relevant. The Wizards were not relevant with him. So I had to think whether I was going to take Michael Jordan over LeBron. I did, but it was heavy thinking on that subject. LeBron, number 3. Look at how many assists he has. He has double the assists of Michael Jordan. And as far as the point, yes, he played more games than Michael Jordan. I get it. But when you look at what this guy has done and what he is still doing, it's hard to put anybody above him. But I take Bill Russell and Michael Jordan above him. Next up, I got to go with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem with that skyhook was devastating. And I saw him in Milwaukee. I saw him when he played for UCLA. I mean, when you look at his high school, college, and pro career, I mean, look, if Kareem had been able to go from high school to the NBA, which he could have, skip college, I don't think LeBron James would break his record, unless LeBron wanted to play a couple more years. But he has 4 years that he played that Kareem didn't. All right, Kobe Bryant, Dr. J, Larry Bird, Jerry West, Shaquille O'Neal, and Pete Maravich. And why Pete? Because I liked the way he played. Very inspirational for me as a young guy growing up. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to talk about J.J. Redick and Darvin Ham. Hey, look, Darvin may have gotten a bad rap. The Lakers don't look too much better than they did with Darvin Ham. I know I got to give J.J. a little time. He's a bright mind. He's a new coach. First time coaching anything besides his young son. So if you see him after the game and he looks like he's going through hell, he probably is. And we'll talk about the Lakers, JJ, and whether the Lakers are any better today than they were with Darvin Ham when he coached. I'll see you tomorrow. This is Street Talk with the Lakers. Love you. Bye-bye.